around, Tony Fuentes holding the camera.
We are at the Arizona Science Center for Ancient Ales Modern Science. We saw the advertisement and said, I can't believe they didn't send us VIP tickets automatically. But here we are with our tiny glasses.
And tickets. Yes.
Once again, more skee ball tickets.
We'll see if they actually take them to each place. I'm excited because the first place I saw is North Mountain Brewing. Place that produces a beer that I have only found by strange coincidence in a Pita jungle. They are thousands of miles away. They don't bottle their beer. It's the first place we saw when we came in. It was meant to be.
By thousands of miles away, he means 45 minutes.
It might as well be 40.
All right, maybe not in metric, but it's far.
It's quite a walk.
Yes.
So anyway, we're going to start drinking and we'll be checking in, and hopefully we can talk loud enough this time for this to hear us.
Yes.
Talking loudly is good. Damn near killed me. Hi, we're back again here at the Arizona Science Center. Tony Fuentes,
Johnny LeBron,
and Doc Walling once again taking the camera. We just got done hitting the OSO and Desert Eagle. Oh, sorry, OHSO?
OHSO, Outrageous Homebrewing SO.
Something.
Outrageous Homebrewers Social Outpost. They're also an eatery and a garage home and dog business from Adele.
They, at this time, had a dark porter and a birch.
A birch ale.
Go ahead and describe the birch for us.
The birch ale is light, it's refreshing, and at the end, it's the first time I've ever tasted tree, and it's delightful.
The porter, on the other hand, well, it was very delicious. The porter disappeared quite fast. It had sort of a chocolatey flavor. It wasn't watered down. It wasn't too heavy, and it went down lightly. Then after that, we hit the Desert Eagle.
Desert Eagle Red.
And because I lost the contest, I took their Double Buzz Plum IPA.
Oh, you did?
IPAs are poison, boys and girls. Don't drink them. Otherwise, it was a decent IPA. It wasn't too strong, wasn't too hoppy, it wasn't too poisonous, but still poison.
The red was still quite hoppy for a red, and I don't think I'd get it again. I don't think either one does. Desert Eagle has some better offerings. These were not the two I would bring to an exhibition event. So
I like their Imperial Russian.
it's actually quite good.
Their Imperial Russian, however, is 14.9%.
It's very close to being barley wine.
Yeah. It's very strong, but very good. They serve it in a tiny little glass, much like this. Any words of wisdom, Doc Walling?
Well, I've been to the Eagle. It's in downtown Mesa on Main Street, and the beer actually is better when you go in there in the brewery. But
It's also got a very hoppy aroma to the entire place.
It smells like a brewery.
it's a nice place. What did you guys think of the bacon?
Oh, yeah, the little wrap bacon things.
Tiny, high-class appetizers. I don't know what they wrap the bacon around, and I don't care. Bacon was perfectly good.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about going back like several times, taking my hat off, putting it back on, putting glasses on.
Just fill the hat with bacon.
We could.
They had pinwheels, goat cheese, fig, and pistachio. Those are tasty.
Fig and anaphylactic shock for me. So
Yes.
I avoided that.
And then they had, no, they call them puddings, but it's a British style pudding, so it's like
Little
a
small
sponge cake kind
pyramid
of thing.
puddings. Mine had a blueberry on top of it.
Those are good.
It was very good. It reminded me of sort of bran bread, but not as branny.
I couldn't remember what it tasted like. All it did was make me desperately want to leave.
Yeah, I almost drank an IPA because it was good, but it dried you out. All right,
that's
so
part of the kick.
anything else?
Nothing, we're going to go fill up our tiny glasses some more.
All right, we will
Cheers.
check back in a couple minutes. Well, this is what, round 3?
Round 3. True, his numbers are going up.
We had 2 more beers.
Yeah, we hit the North Mountain Brewery as well as the
Gordon Biersch.
Gordon Biersch, B-I-R-S-C-H.
B-I-E-R-S-C-H.
Something like that.
Mill Avenue, Gordon.
So first we tried the North Mountain. Myself and Johnny both tried their specialty Egyptian brew. It smelled really funky, but once you tasted it, it was actually pretty good. It was honey made. It had a slight sweet and sour taste at the end, but it was actually really good. What did you take?
Well, I had a sip of that. It was tasty. You could tell you had a mouthful of beer. It filled up your mouth pretty well. I had their stout.
out.
It was kind of thin. When you first drink it, it tastes like water, and then you can taste like bitter coffee, and then a little bit after that is bitter chocolate. It's actually not too bad. I think it would go really well with donuts for a breakfast on the go kind of thing. Slam down in here and eat a donut.
Well, just to note, if coffee hadn't gained the resurgence that it did, we would all be drinking beer for breakfast. So blame the Colombians.
This is the darkest timeline.
This is the darkest timeline.
No, well, it turned into the darkest timeline when it got to Gordon Biersch.
Yes.
Yes.
We got, this was some kind of ale. I forgot what they called it. It's a Pilsner.
It's a Pilsner.
They both taste like water.
Despite the fact that the waitresses providing the beer were exquisite, the beers themselves tasted like charcoal and water.
Yeah.
For my business, the North Point, the North Mountain Brewery, I discovered them in Pita Jungle and their cream ale, and it was magnificent. Here I had their Egyptian, and the honey makes it magic. That's all I have to say.
Now, if you detected a little bit of bitterness in Johnny's voice there, they ran out of bacon. I'm not ecstatic about it either.
I only had 3 pieces. Who offers bacon and then takes it away?
Well, what's funny is we're waiting in line. One of the staff came by and took all of the rest of the pinwheels except for one. It's like, if you're going to take it, take all of it. Don't leave one. Which is kind of funny, because then you get a married couple and you get to watch them fight over the last one. So.
How many we got left?
We got 6 left. 3 and 3. Yeah, 6. So my math's still working. We will be hitting you back after 2. Or 4. 2.
2. We'll see you then.
2.
What do we do, Carol Ann? Don't look at the light.
I want to say I'm sorry.
Oh, you're wrong.
Blair Witch references are really old.
Yeah, okay.
Plus, you could have snot coming out your nose.
Don't start that. Anyways, we're back again. We've hit 2 breweries. First one was Peoria Artesian Brewery. There they had one of their Egyptian ales. This one was made with honey.
This one was a chunky style ale.
Chunky, right?
It could replace breakfast. Whereas our last Egyptian ale was it smelled funky and the honey covered it. This one, you could clearly see building a pyramid for a day, drinking nothing but this. It was a meal in a glass.
Pretty much. It was very thick. Even the viewing, the aroma on it was okay. It wasn't as bad as the last one we had from North Mountain, but this one it had a decent bouquet. It just was a very thick version of the same thing, but a lot of honey involved. The second one we hit was our local favorite, Santan. I took, once again, Mr. Pineapple.
And I took their Hefeweizen, which I hadn't tried before.
Mr. Pineapple, as usual, is Mr. Pineapple. It's pineapple.
It's a staple beer. It's
a good.
The Hefeweizen, I was surprised, was much lighter than a lot of the wheat beers I have. And I didn't miss the citrus that usually accompanies a Hefeweizen. I'll have to pick it up. Normally I stick with the Mr. Pineapple when it comes to citrus.
The Devil Ale, it was okay. I kind of agree with 3 Drunk Geeks on the Santan beer. It's not bad, but there's nothing special about it.
They have their good moments, like the double chunk of Sex Panther.
Yeah, the Sex Panther.
But their Devil's Ale, it is really hoppy, so if you really like hoppy beers...
It's effectively an IPA.
Yeah. Other than that, we have, 4 more tickets? 4 more tickets to go.
I don't know if there's 4 more beers. I'm not sure.
We'll find
There was one we missed upstairs.
Either way, we're back to exploration, so...
I've got a pretzel in me, so I'm good for 4 more.
Exactly. All right, folks,
then,
we'll catch you again later.
Tell them about the ride that we...
Oh, yes, and we also did hit the Horses of Nature at the Arizona Science Center, which we also experienced earthquakes,
indoor sprinkles, fake volcanic eruptions, and a reminder that Arizona is hot.
Yes.
But that was the best part, because it started to rain and people were laughing. Like, yeah, that happens here.
Occasionally on a monsoon, it's more like the sky spits on you.
How many people have slept through an earthquake? Just this one.
Pretty much, because I lived in California for 25 years.
And then he wised up and came here. So we can do things like this. Anyway, time to fill our tiny glasses. We'll see you again in 2 beers.
All right.
Okay, so that was a cool Star Trek version of a thing called View of You. So basically it's got this body on there. When you move that thing back and forth that I showed you, depending on what setting you set, it shows skeletons and nervous system, all that. It was really awesome.
Proving once again that Mr. Fuentes actually does have a heart. Inexplicably.
Let's see if we can sing.
I'd like to note that the exhibit is called Beat It and Who Ran to It First. I'm just saying. Are you competing in terms of heart rate?
Let's see how long it takes to get a heart attack or something.
Give it another 10 seconds. And we hope this is the only time this evening we see red and blue flashing lights.
Not that bad. All right, now let's try it. No, let's try a test. You ready? Put your hands down.
Sorry about that.
Put your hands down.
I'm dead. See if you can do Doctor
Hands
Who.
down all the way. Come on. All right, ready? Look at me. Esmeralda. Jeremy Gephardt. Bruce Forrest. Wow, that actually...
Yeah, I mean, that skipped a bit.
That skipped a bit. Let's keep on going. Let's keep on going. Let's see what pisses off Johnny. All right, ready? Shakespeare. Anonymous. Shakespeare wrote Anonymous. All right. Shakespeare was anonymous. Let's see now. Bar waitresses.
Jack Kerouac was a hack.
That's true. Hotel waitresses. Your co-workers. John F. Kennedy. Richard Milhouse Nixon. George W. Bush.
How about me for president?
Brad's gas.
So both me being president and gas have the same effect on it.
Yeah, fear. It's fear, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Fear. Well, we've made it home. Well, I made it home.
You made it home.
They still have to get there. Once again, Tony Fuentes
Johnny Labrat.
and Doc Walling is holding the camera. We have made it through the ancient ales, and we can understand why they were mostly drunk in Egypt while building pyramids.
You'd have to be.
Yeah, it sucks.
That was some hearty beer.
It was some very thick, sweet, hearty beer.
Yes, unfortunately, both Dr. Walling and I ended the evening on an IPA, which means our tongue is coated in poison.
Which will probably be remedied with Mexican food. Meanwhile, I'm going to electrocute myself.
So, what did you think about the science beer thingamajig?
Overall, I liked it. It was, I would say, about a 4 out of 5 for the interesting, different kinds of beer.
Yeah, there wasn't quite the diversity I was hoping for. They give you 10 tickets, but you really could only get a maximum of 10
I think
beers.
there was like 7 different breweries there,
7
too.
breweries, so you could probably round it out, but I generally like to try one thing from each brewery.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got access to all of the exhibits, too. We
played around with a few things.
We learned more about science. We posed with the human liver, which is, you know, our patron organ.
We will be posting those up soon. As well, we learned that Johnny does have a ticker.
I do.
He does.
It skips a beat whenever I am enraged.
Yes. Other than that, I think it was an overall great showing.
Good choice.
I had fun.
Thanks for finding the discount, Dr. Wallen.
Yeah.
Living social, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes it works.
Yes.
So with that, I think I'm signing off. I'm Tony Fuentes.
I'm Johnny Labrat.
I'm Doc Walling.
And this has been The Science of Drinking. Have a good night, folks.